Okay, let's start. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudirayat Nastyaprayesha Badreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttamasloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim yatkriphatamaham vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Chaitanyameshwaram Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militamena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharani Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarani Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Om Tassat. Welcome for Bhagavatam discussion. One of the best thing as a human body we can do that. Okay, so we'll continue reading. Today, which sloka anyone can confirm? 35 or
34, Prabhuji.
34? Huh?
Oh.
Yes, Prabhuji, 34.
Okay. Who's going to read?
Krishna
Anybody?
Prabhuji, I will read.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Canto 1, Chapter 18, Text 34. Brahmani Kshatra Bandhuhu hi Grihapalo Nirupitaha Sa Katam Tat Grihe Dvahastaha Sambandham Bhoktum Arhati. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.
The descendants of the kingly orders are definitely designated as watchdogs, and they must keep themselves at the door. On what grounds can dogs enter the house and claim to dine with the master on the same plate? Purport. The inexperienced Brahmana boy certainly knew that the king asked for water from his father, and the father did not respond. He tried to explain away his father's inhospitality in an impertinent manner befitting an uncultured boy. He was not at all sorry for the king's not being well received. On the contrary, he justified the wrong act in a way characteristic of the Brahmanas of Kali Yuga. He compared the king to a watchdog, and so it was wrong for the king to enter the home of a Brahmana and ask for water from the same pot. The dog is certainly reared by his master, but that does not mean that the dog shall claim to dine and drink from the same pot. This mentality of false prestige is the cause of downfall of the perfect social order, and we can see that in the beginning it was stated by the inexperienced son of a Brahmana, as the dog is never allowed to enter within the room and hearth, although it is reared by the master. Similarly, according to Shringi, the king had no right to enter the house of Shamika Rishi. According to the boy's opinion, the king was on the wrong side and not his father, and thus he justified his silent father. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. See the mentality of this boy. I mean, Shingi. Of course, again, is the will of the Lord. But what Prabhupada brings out the point here is that this is the start of the fall down. So the whole differentiating between the birth, you are a Brahmana, you are Kshatriya, you are Shudra, you are Vaishya, based on birth, not by the activities or karma and guna karma. That's where the whole problem started here. So see that what kind of a words are the Shringi, and it's immature boy. And of course, there is no fault on the father of Shamika Rishi also because he was not aware of it. And King Sir's also there's no fault. But this immature boy who made this statement, he says the king as a watchdog, but kind of a dog. And Prabhupada explains here that yes, the dogs are maintained by the owner, but dogs cannot claim to dine with the master. But today, if you make this statement, the animal lovers will sue you because according to them, the taking care of dogs more important. Of course, we are not against any animal for that matter. The point is that each animal got their own characteristics where they should stay. Yes, dog has got a certain characters, integrity, the serving master. That's why if you see the olden days, the dogs were the every house, but they are outside as a the watchman or the as a caretaker. They will be doing their job, but they will come inside. But today, because of the apartment systems, and there was no need for a dog because inside the apartment, what is that? Everything locked. But still, they keep dogs, and the dogs eat and dine along with the master. So that's what happening today. But what Shringi is saying that as per the culture, yes, it's not allowed. But the way he put that to Parishit Maharaj, so the whole point is that the Shringi, the boy, did not understand who is this person. He's a king. First of all, he's a king, and he's a great devotee of the Lord. He did not understand both, and he uttered the kind of abuse words, which resulted in such a drastic result later. So again, as a practicing devotees, lesson for us that we should understand before we speak. We understand with to whom we are speaking, what are we speaking, and am I qualified to speak? All this need to understand. Otherwise, we'll be in disaster. Now, because of the Shringi, of course, now later Bhagavatam came. That's the will of the Lord. But again, lesson for me is that I should be very, very careful not to hurt anybody. I think each and every Bhagavatam sloka has got something, lesson takeaway. We generally say that, no? Whenever I read Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam, I should always look for two things: personal application and preaching application. Personal application is that what do I change from this? How do I improve my bhakti from this? And preaching application, what I can tell others? How can I help others? What is the message I can give it to others? These two things we should understand it. Here, the first and foremost thing is that I should take it is that I should respect everybody. I should not look for the person's, positions or characters. Is look for a devotee. Parishit Maharaj, of course, as a position also, we cannot be rejected. He is a Chakravarti. He is the emperor of the world. That also should not be done. But even not there, as a devotee, at least we should respect that. That's the foremost today in the material world. We should at least try to respect each and every devotee without hurting, with serving devotee. We always say that Priti Rakshana, I think many times we discussed. So taking care of devotees, respecting devotees, and serving devotees. Krishna, he says that those who don't serve me, I don't mind. But if don't serve my devotees, I really mind. And especially opposite side, if offend my devotee, I will not spare. That is the most in this Durvasa and Ambrish Maharaj pastime also. We see Chakra chases Durvasa Muni, doesn't leave it. So we should be very, very careful not to offend any devotee. And on the top of it, we should, grab an opportunity how to serve a devotee, how to please a devotee. So that is the mood I should have. And also, what is the preaching application? Preaching application is that people should be aware the distinction between based on a birth should be avoided. It's based on a guna and karma. Chaturvanya Maya Shishta Guna Karma Vibhagasha, the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya. These are not based on a birth, it's based on a guna and karma. The son of Shudra can be Brahmana if he has got got that good qualities. So that's how we should, bring that change in the society. Otherwise, today also in the society, even now the jati census going on, the whole government system, the society system is going in that direction only. Nobody looks at your character. Nobody looks at what kind of activity you're doing. What are we doing? No, these are all behind vote bank. That's all happening. That's where our preaching application comes. That's where we should educate the society. We are not this, body. We are the spirit, soul, and our nature of activity will decide what kind of varna I should take, and based on that I should perform my duties. Hare Krishna. Maybe on this, anybody want to share any points? Please unmute. If you don't agree with me, or if I want to add anything, please, no problem. Okay, say. Otherwise, we can move to the next sloka. 35. Somebody read. Anybody allocate to 35? If not,
Sorry, Prabhuji, I was little busy. I could not
Okay.
allocate.
No problem. Then anyone else can read. No problem.
I will read Prabhuji.
Yeah, please. Go
Hare
ahead.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Canto 1, Chapter 18, Text 35. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Krishne gate Bhagavati, Shastari Utpata Gaminam, Tad Binna Setun Adyaham, Sashmi Pasyata Me Balam. Translation: After the departure of Lord Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead and supreme ruler of everyone, these upstarts have flourished, our protector being gone. Therefore, I myself shall take up this matter and punish them. Just witness my power. Purport: The inexperienced Brahmana, puffed up by a little Brahmana Tejas, became influenced by the spell of Kali Yuga. Maharaja Parikshit gave license to Kali to live in 4 places as mentioned herein before. But by his very expert government, the personality of Kali could hardly find the places allotted him. The personality of Kali Yuga therefore was seeking the opportunity to establish authority, and by the grace of the Lord, he found a hole in the puffed up, inexperienced son of a Brahmana. The little Brahmana wanted to show his prowess in destruction, and he had the audacity to punish such a great king as Maharaja Parikshit. He wanted to take the place of Lord Krishna after his departure. These are the principal signs of upstarts who want to take the place of Sri Krishna under the influence of the age of Kali. An upstart with a little power wants to become an incarnation of the Lord. There are many false incarnations after the departure of Lord Krishna from the face of the globe, and they are misleading the innocent public by accepting the spiritual obedience of the general mass of people to maintain false prestige. In other words, the personality of Kali got the opportunity to reign through this son of a Brahmana Shringi. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Mm.
So, what this Brahmana says, now Lord has left, so there is nobody to protect Brahmanas. So I will take myself. I will protect myself. I'll take the action. So and I says, I will show my power. See, the Brahmanas, there are cases, Brahmanas taken action. Like in case of Vena. The Vena was such a ruthless demonic ruler. He was disturbing everybody, and he was stopping all the sacrifices, and he's killing cows and killing Brahmanas. And he was telling everybody, worship me. In that case, all the Brahmana assembled together, they killed the king. And they established the Prithu Maharaj. They churned the thighs of the Vena and brought Prithu Maharaj and established. So this is the good quality of Brahmana, because when the kings have become demonic, they take action and they bring the right ruler back to them. And they don't rule against. They don't take the power in their hand. They put the right person to the job. That's a Brahmanic quality. That's okay. But here, Shringi thought, I will curse. I will teach a lesson to Maharaj Parishit, who is emperor of the world. So now Prabhupada says that this is the how Kali entered. Because previously we had discussed, Kali asked for a place to stay. Maharaj Parishit gave him 4 places where intoxication happens, where meat eating happens, where illicit relationship happens, and where gambling happens. So, but the Kali could not find these places because Maharaj Parishit was so nice ruler. Now, Kali was looking for a place. He got a place. Kali got a place through the puffed up and inexperienced Brahmana. Now, again, here lesson for us is that the personal application is that I should be very, very careful. I will not know when the Kali will enter in my life. I'm little make mistakes. Kali is waiting. Maya is waiting. If I make a small mistake, Maya will enter. And I will not even know I'm in the grip of Maya because I'll keep justifying it. Yes, I did right. Now that's what exactly the Shringi is justifying because whatever he has done, he will prove himself that he's right. That's exactly, I'll also do it. When I'm influenced by Kali and Maya, I'll also do the same thing. That's why I should be always in the association of devotees. And not only that, I always should seek guidance from the seniors. This is the biggest mistake. Now, here, Shringi, he simply could have gone and asked his father, my dear father, what happened? What should I do? Father would have given a right direction, but he did not do that. Of course, later we see how father reacts. We can see that. But the mistake, what Shringi did that he did not seek the advice of seniors. So again, as a practicing devotees, whenever we are in a situation, we always seek advice of others, seek advice of seniors. Because Krishna many times speaks to the seniors, speaks to the guru and other representative, because we get the right direction. Otherwise, out of our ignorance or less intelligence, we may end up committing mistakes. So that's a lesson we should learn as a practicing devotees. So here Prabhupada says he wanted to take the place of Lord Krishna because now Lord Krishna left. Now I will teach the king. This is the mentality of the Shringi. I will teach a lesson to Maharaj Parishit. And Prabhupada says there are so many people in today claim themselves to be either incarnation or sometimes they say them we are I myself Krishna or I myself incarnation Krishna. And they also say that you are also Krishna, you are also Narayana, I'm also Narayana. So that's the kind of people are. That's why Prabhupada says that India is a factory of incarnation, factory of gods. Every day somebody will come and claim I'm that incarnation, I'm Bhagavan, I'm Kalki Bhagavan, I'm that Bhagavan. They keep claiming that. So these are all bogus unless somebody is mentioned in the scriptures. How many unless somebody is authorized by the scriptures and acharyas, nobody can claim. And plus there should be a reference that his activities, his nature, his behavior, everything should be matched to the Guru Sadhu Shastra. Such people only we can recognize, otherwise we should not recognize such people. So here, Prabhupada finally says, in other words, personality of Kali got the opportunity to reign through the son of Brahmana. So again, as a practicing devotees, I should be careful not to give an opportunity to Kali to enter in my life. Otherwise, I'll be doomed. Hare Krishna. I'll read over next sloka. Somebody can read 36.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, can I go on?
Yeah, please.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Iti yuktava rosa tamaksho vayasyam rishi balaka koshikshya apa upasprishya vagavajram vishascha jaha. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ji ki jai. The son of the rishi, his eyes red hot with anger, touched the water of the river Koshika while speaking to his playmates and discharged the following thunderbolt of words. Purport: the circumstances under which Maharaj Parikshit was cursed were simply childish, as it appears from this verse. Shringi was showing his impudence amongst his playmates who were innocent. Any sane man would have prevented him from doing such great harm to all human society by killing a king like Maharaja Parikshit just to make a show of acquired Brahmanical power. The inexperienced son of a Brahmana committed a great mistake.
Hare Krishna. So, so here Shringi actually was trying to show off in front of his playmates, the child. See, this is the problem because he has got some Brahmanical quality because of the kind of father's mercy and also kind of association with his father, but he misused that. So again, a lesson for me as a practicing devotee is that I should be very careful not to miss because over a period of doing bhakti, we also get some qualities. We also get some kind of power because the holy name and the devotional service gives naturally powers, but that power should not be misused. Power should be used for the service of the Lord only, not for anything else. This is where I should be very, very careful. This is where Shringi made a mistake. And Prabhupada says that this is simply childish. And whom are you trying to curse? Emperor of the world, Parishit Maharaj. And he doesn't even know the consequence. And you see, the now Parishit Maharaj took it in a different mood, but Parishit Maharaj could have counter cursed. Parishit Maharaj is not an ordinary person. Or Parishit Maharaj could have sent his army and destroyed both Shringi and Shramika Rishi, killed them on the spot. He has got power because he is the emperor of the world. He could have done that. And what will be the situation of the Shringi if that had happened? Or he could have put them into the jail. That also could have happened. But of course, Parishit Maharaj is not that person. But the point is that how the inexperienced, immature boy, what he did. So again, as a practicing devotees, I should always take care on my activity. Not only that, the another important point is that our subordinates or the people who work under me or under us, we should be very careful, guide them properly so that they don't commit mistake. Because if they commit mistake, I am also held responsible. I am equally responsible for that. We see that when poor Kumaras come to Vaikunta, the Jai Vijay stopped them. The four Kumaras actually got angry and they cursed Jai Vijay. Lord Vishnu along with the Mother Lakshmi comes and Lord Vishnu actually apologizes to Kumara. He says, on behalf of my servant, I am seeking your forgiveness because the mistakes committed by my servant is, I am responsible, I am punishable. That's the kind of word Lord Vishnu says. So the point is that our subordinates make some mistake, we are at responsible. If our children makes a mistake, we are responsible. If the praja makes a mistake, king is responsible. If the disciple makes a mistake, guru is responsible. That's why, as a practicing devotees, if you commit any sin, guru gets the share of the sin. That's why we should not put a guru in trouble. Should be very, very careful. That's why this following the four legged principles and chanting the holy name without any offenses is important. Otherwise, our guru will have to suffer for that. So we should be very careful on that. Okay, we'll read the one more sloka. 37. Anyone, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, I'll read.
Yeah, please.
इति लगिता मर्यादं तक्षकः सप्तमे हनि दानक्षयति स्म कुतङ्ग्रां क्रोधितमे तथा द्रुहम्. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. The Brahmana's son cursed the king thus: on the seventh day from today, a snake bird will bite the most wretched one of the dynasty, Maharaja Parikshit, because of his having broken the laws of etiquette by insulting my father. Purport. Thus, the beginning of the misuse of Brahmanical power began, and gradually the Brahmanas in the age of Kali became devoid of both Brahmanical powers and culture. The Brahmana boy considered Maharaja Parikshit to be Kulangara, or the wretched of the dynasty. But factually, the Brahmana boy himself was so, because only from him did the Brahmana's caste become powerless. Like the snake whose poisoned teeth are broken, the snake is fearful as long as his poisoned teeth are there. Otherwise, he is fearful only to the children. the personality of Kali conquered the Brahmana boy first and gradually the other castes. Thus, the whole scientific system of the order of society in this age has assumed the form of vitiated caste system, which is now being uprooted by another class of men similarly influenced by the age of Kali. One should see the root cause of vitation and not try to condemn the system as it is without knowledge of its scientific value. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Shringi takes the water and start cursing. What is the curse? That within 7 days from today, the snake bird will bite this, Richard dynasty, says to Bharaj Parishit, he will die by biting of the bird snake. So Prabhupada says that the first of all, this is again the beginning of misuse of Brahmanical power. Again, when I say this, I'm not saying it's only for Brahmanas. Prabhupada specifically says that, in my Guru Maharaj also says that the devotees, I may be whichever caste, if I'm devotee, if I misuse my power, I am the cause for the downfall. My own downfall plus others also. I should be very, very careful. It's not that just for Brahmanas alone. Whoever, because we are practicing Krishna consciousness, we get that certain powers. So I should be very, very careful not to curse or not to abuse anyone for that matter. Again, Prabhupada repeating that. So Prabhupada gives example like the snake, when the poisonous teeth is removed, is useless. Maybe the children will get fear, but those who know that the teeth is removed, people will not be, scared. That's exactly happened. When this things happens, the other caste people, uh, those who are in the Shudra and others, they started insulting Brahmana. They started abusing Brahmanical qualities. Then whole system is failed. So that is actually caste system, but actually real caste system is not based on the birth, is guna and karma. So that's why Prabhupada says whole scientific system of order of society in this age has assumed the form of vitiated caste system. The present caste system is not the caste system. Actually, the Shastra talks about jati. Jati means Khyati. Those days is talking about the British, before Britishers. The person is identified based on his Khyati. Khyati means he is known for what? Suppose somebody is a good carpenter, he is known for carpenter. Somebody is good for Brahmanical work, is Mishra or Chaturvedi, like that, because they're known for that. That's why they've been addressed like that. So that's not a caste system. That's how their system is developed. But Prabhupada, that's why I say one should be see the root cause of the vitiation, not try condemn. So condemning caste system is not the right thing. Condemning the root cause, the purpose of the division based on the birth, is that we corrected instead of unnecessarily condemning the caste system. So the system is required. That we need a Brahmana, we need a Kshatriya, we need a Shudra, we should Vaishya. Everybody required, everybody equally responsible and equally good. For Krishna's service, nobody less, nobody is bad. That's the most important thing. The one who performing yajna, also one performing the cleaning the toilet, also equally good as far as Krishna's eyes. We have many examples. Like Udupi, Krishna turned himself for Kanaka, who's in the material point of view is untouchable. Vyasadev, he was a son of a fisherman woman. It's not Brahmana qualities, Brahmana family. So like that, so many are there. The point is that Krishna doesn't look at my birth. Krishna looks at my guna. That is why it's called Bhavagrahi Janardana. So that is the mood I should take that. With that, we can change the whole system. And that's where Devi Varnashram Dharma will come into that. Prabhupada wanted us to establish this Varnashram Dharma. Everybody follow the process and follow the scriptures. That will help change the society. Okay, with this, I'll stop here. Devotees can share their comments and thoughts. Anybody want to say anything? Any questions? Otherwise, maybe Varsha Mataji can start. No. Vidya Mataji.
ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ.
Krishna.
ನಾವು ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಕಾನ್ಶಿಯಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿರುವಾಗ ನಾವು ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರನ್ನ ದೂಷಿಸಬಾರ್ದು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಬ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು, ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಮಾತು ಆಡ್ಬೇಕು ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾವು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇನ್ನೂ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೋಪ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಏನಿದೆ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲಿಗೆ ಬರೋ ತರ ನಾವಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಇವತ್ತು ಶೃಂಗಿ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಆ ಸಣ್ಣ ಏಜ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಕೋಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಶಾಪ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ ಪರೀಕ್ಷಿತ್ ಮಹಾರಾಜ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ. ಅದು ಆ ಏಜಿಗೆ ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡ್ಬಾರ್ದಿತ್ತು. ಆ ತರ ನಾವು ಕೆಲವು ಸಲ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಮಾತಾಡಿ ಬಿಡ್ತೇವೆ, ಅದು ಆ ಟೈಮ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಮಾತಾಡಬಾರ್ದು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಮಾತಾಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮಾತಾಡಿ ಆದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಈ ತರ ಶೃಂಗಿ ಅವರದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಕೋಪನ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅದನ್ನ ಇವತ್ತು ಈ ತರ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡೆ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ.
Thank you, Mataji. Sumit Prabhu.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
So, like in this whole episode, we saw like how Shringi actually he was not matured enough. He has got the power, spiritual powers, because due to the association with his father, and but power without humility and maturity, that becomes a tool of destruction. So because of that and lack of guidance, so he didn't seek the guidance of the superiors. So even in material life, we need the guidance of the superiors, and especially in spiritual life, it is very important to seek the guidance of our superiors and our guru. When we have to do we have to take any decision. So this was a very important decision, and he didn't seek the any guidance from his father or anybody else. So that ego actually destroyed the dharma. So his pride actually result in the actions that actually harm the very cause of dharma. And we can see like one step can actually doom the society. So Shringi's single action actually opened the door for the Kali to enter the society. So, but if we look at from the angle of Parikshit Maharaj, he took this as a very he took this reversal very maturely. He responded to that, and he see that reversal as an opportunity for the purification and for the service of the Lord. So few things we can understand from this is like when the Brahmanical power is misused through immaturity and pride, then that is the root for decline. And we see that Brahmanical culture is declining since then, and Brahmins are losing both the spiritual potency and the traditions and culture also. So these are the things which we need to consider, and we need to revive this Brahmanical culture by serving the Lord. That's all, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Saurav Prabhu, can you say anything?
Guruji, Hare Krishna, Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Pranam.
First of all, thank you so much for the wonderful class, and thank you for Sumit Prabhu also for the wonderful speech. Guruji, I have just a bit one doubt. Okay, Shringi Maharaj cursed Parikshit Maharaj, right? So didn't have the Shringi Maharaj's father he has a power to withdraw the curse? I mean, to withdraw the power of the curse, so that to give the rescue or Parikshit Maharaj. I hope you understand my question. So why did Shringi's father did not do that? I mean, he could do that.
Yeah, understand your question. So later we can read this. After curse the given, Shamika Rishi comes to consciousness. Then he realized what his son has done. So Shamika Rishi also realized this is the will of the Lord.
Okay.
Wanted the Bhagavatam to come. So he passed the message to Parikshit Maharaj saying that this is what happened. My son did a mistake.
Okay.
So he could have chastised. Of course, he chastised his son. He said, "You should
Ji,
not
ji,
have
ji.
done this.
Uh,
Because the king is my protector.
of course.
I'm doing this because of my king's protection only. But you made a mistake."
Ji.
But at the same time, the words of Brahmana becomes true. So
Ji.
that also Shamika Rishi knew. So that's why Shamika Rishi sent this message to Parishit Maharaj, please forgive me. This is what happened. So he did not bother to, kind of counter curse Shamika Rishi, Shringi's son. But, counter curse will not stop the action of a curse.
Okay.
You can reproduce one more action.
Asa.
That's why, of course, he also, Shamika Rishi also maybe knew what Parishit Maharaj will do, because
Ji.
Parishit Maharaj is not an ordinary person.
Ji.
So that's my understanding.
Ji, Prabhuji. Got it, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Shridevi Mataji. Mariappan Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Almost all our senior devotees have consolidated beautifully. I have understood the text properly. And Shringi is a typical example as a practicing devotee for my common mistakes, how I happen to this thing. So I must be very careful in handling the day-to-day affairs, not to be superficial, not to be negligent in my handling day-to-day activities. I should be very careful. The immaturity, the innocence of Shringi must not enter in my life also. I must be careful. And every category of people are equally important for the effective functioning of the system in the present society. That everyone must realize, and guna karma is the base for the deciding the occupation and a perfect role of everybody's position in the society. That everyone must realize, I think. That much I understood, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Lakshmi Mataji, anything?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Only two, three sentences. We should seek advice from the seniors at every level, Prabhuji. At home, at office, at the religious level. Everywhere we should seek the advice from the seniors only. And then we should not allow Kali to enter into our life. It will be possible only through Krishna consciousness, Prabhuji. We should always chant Krishna mantra so that we are protected. And then the leader is always responsible for the mistakes of his followers. So leaders should be very, very careful. And then we should control our anger always. We should not curse anyone, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Asha Mataji.
Prabhuji, thank you for the class. Everyone said everything. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Varsha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for the class. I have few questions. Like when we talk about this Varnashrama Dharma, we only talk about men. I mean, if it is Kshatriya, he goes to war. If it is a Brahmana, he does puja. But it's not allowed for women. What will be the woman's role in this Varnashrama Dharma? They are not never really explained, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So Shastra is very clear. So first of all, the body is man or woman. The soul is same for Krishna. So performing devotional service, whether in a man body, woman's body, doesn't make difference. They are equally good. Krishna doesn't make a difference because Krishna's dearmost gopis. That's the now. Yes, as far as your question concerned, Varna. Yes. Now the role of woman in the Grahastha life is that always be as a supporting role for man. So if a Brahmana's wife, her job is to help her husband in performing like puja patana or studying shastra and guiding others. So there also, for example, the Brahmana Patni is considered as one of the mother. Out of 6 mothers, our own mother, cow, Bhumi Devi, Rajapatni, Brahmana Patni, or Guru Patni, they are considered as mothers. So the Brahmana Patni takes a role of, the mother for the whole that community. Similarly, the king's wife takes a role of mother. So they have equally responsible or equally good. And again, what is the role of wife? Role of wife is to guide her husband, because the men has got different nature of logical thinking, where sometimes they may not have the emotional understanding. That's where the woman comes into place. Women's always have a love and affection and emotional aspect. So the man's action has to be guided by the woman. So wife takes a position. Wife also takes a position of the kind of guard of husband's senses. Because if the husband makes some mistakes, wife is responsible to take him into control or bring him back, if at all if that happens. So whether whether it's Kshatriya, whether it's Vaishya, whether it's a Shudra, whether it's a Brahmana, her job is to, in that nature, in that culture or that varna, help her husband to progress in bhakti, so that he also doesn't make any mistakes. Hope that I'm answering, Mataji, or
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
so
Understand.
still, of course, there is a lot of more to discuss. And important thing we understand that as far as Prabhupada says that there is no difference between man and woman as far as service to Krishna is concerned. So that is there. But at the same time, the body is different. We cannot be equal. Man body and woman's body is not the same. And the way the man's body is built or woman's body built is different. The nature is different. Our thinking process is different. Of course, there could be exceptions, not that everybody is in, but generally. So accordingly, we should act.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. So if anybody else want to say anything on this? Any comments on this? Okay, if nothing is there, we can stop here. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyo cha patitana pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo. Ananta koti vaishnavrinda ki jai. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. We'll see you tomorrow, same time. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhuji.